أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وبه نستعين وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله الطيبين وعلى أصحابه الطاهرين وعلى كل المدع بدعوته إلى يوم الدين أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. Today again we shall be discussing further from our previous discussion about our most sworn enemy, and that is Shaitan. We were able to tell us the last time the origin of the enmity between mankind and Shaitan, and we were able to tell ourselves that one of those things that is one of the greatest misdoing of Iblis is that he delayed his repentance, and he didn't really delay his repentance. He was buying time from Allah so that he will be able to perpetrate his evil. And true to what Shaitan has said, ever from that time, his key job is to make sure that he brings mankind down and he distracts them from the true cause of Islam. The Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us that one of the indications of this is that when a new baby is born, that particular cry from the child itself is a poke from Shaitan. The Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us that every child of Adam will be poked except Prophet Isa alayhi salatu wasalam. And in fact, some of the companions asked similar questions again, and he told them that all the prophets of Islam, they share the same attributes, meaning that the moment a child is given birth into the world, Shaitan shows up and declares that the battle line has started, and that is just one of the jobs of Shaitan. Then one of those things scholars equally ask us again is that, but Allah did he told us in the Quran that khudul afwa wa'muru bil ma'ruf wa'arid anil jahilin, that Allah told us that I should take to forgiveness. We should learn to forgive ourselves, and we should learn to do things that we should learn to do goodness to ourselves. وَأَعْرِضْ عَنِ الْجَاهِلِينَ, and we should turn ourselves away from people who are ignorant. That particular verse is instructive. It shows us that the enmity between ourselves should not be an enmity that should run down till ages. That we should learn to forgive ourselves. We should learn to do good, to be able to, for people who has done something terrible to us, and we should try as much as possible to move away from people who are the ignorant. Allah said again in some verses of the Quran, he said, idfa bin leti iya ahsan, that people who has done something that is terrible to you, do not reciprocate evil with evil. We should be able to reciprocate evil things that people has done to us with some level of goodness. But scholars told us that that particular injunction is only between mankind to mankind. The enmity between ourselves and Shaitan should not be the type where you say you want to reciprocate the evil Shaitan has done with goodness, because Shaitan forever, Allah has told us that he will forever continuously become our enemy. Now, since the time Shaitan himself has declared that particular enemy, scholars have told us that there's no single sin that is perpetrated on the surface of the earth except we have Shaitan having an involvement in that. Killings, there's nobody that will have killed anybody except Shaitan has a hand in that. There's nobody that will have done fornication except Shaitan has a hand in that. There's nobody that will have committed any crime, regardless of how small the sin is. Shaitan will have had his own hand in that. And scholar told us that Shaitan, because of his age, because from the time of Adam he's still alive and he's still perpetrating his evil, he said he has gained mastery of how to be able to distract people from the path of Islam. And they even told us that Shaitan la'natullah alayhi wa mutatabi'in ila yawmiddin tried as much as possible to dissuade his prophets again, the prophet of Islam, from the path of Islam. And inshallah we are going to be listing the prophets one by one after the other on their encounters with Shaitan And some of those things that they did with shaitan, that they were able to make shaitan to flee. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.